Cool.
Hello, my name is Antonio, and today I'm going to talk about the project me and my teammates developed at EIT Digital's summer school on big data analytics in Stockholm. The name of our project is Greenpact, and the industry we decided to focus on is the construction industry. So let's think of a famous and historically important building like the Colosseum. What if one day you wake up, you go to Rome, and you just find out that a shopping mall has been built in front of it? What a shame. This example brings us to the term you see, environmental impact assessment. You could think this is just the name of a simple document, nothing that matters for a company, for a big corporation that invests a lot of money in a building process. An environmental impact assessment is the process of evaluating the biophysical and social effects of constructing new buildings on the quality of the location's environment. So we actually found out that construction companies could spend a lot to get such an assessment, up to 50,000 euros. And the process is still made in an old-fashioned way, like gathering and processing data almost by hand. Problems are related to the time that geoanalysts need, up to 12 months to process the data, also to the high costs and to all the restrictions and constraints that have to be taken into account when new buildings are created, like in the example with the Colosseum. We talked about this problem with a manager from Skanska, a Swedish company that is a global leader in the industry of construction, and we extracted some quotes from the conversation we had with him. He went like, we should sell predictability. Now it is all manual, and it's all about predictability, and what we do should be visualized and show this predictability. So we were like, okay, we can build a product, and we will name it Greenpact. That is a B2B platform that helps environmental consultancy firms to quickly assess the conditions of the environment, to develop those EIA's assessments. And its core component is a machine learning application that continuously processes different sources of data related to the characteristics of the soil, to water pollution, air pollution, and so on, to build a model of the environment, to be able to predict the impact of new constructions and also suggest alternatives. So we imagine to provide to our customers a website where he can see on the left a list of input parameters like the coordinates of the chosen area, the type of buildings, the implementation process like materials that need to be handled, and so on. Once the analysis is performed, it gets as an output an interactive map with statistics on the right panel on variables that we mentioned before, like the soil, the fauna, air pollution, and so on. In the panel in the bottom, we can see that the system offers some alternatives in the nearby or with slightly different implementation processes that try to maximize variables like flora protection, water pollution, and so on. So why is Greenpact unique? Because it enables the automation and prediction in a field, in a process that requires up to now a lot of manual effort. You could think why we decided to focus on such a field. Well, we found out that the size of the global environmental consultancy market is more than $30 billion in 2018. But that's not all, because in the next 6 years, this size is expected to grow by 3%. About our customers, so we talked about environmental consultancy firms, but actually this job is done differently all around the world, and there are many types of companies involved. For example, public administrations are also architecture studios, construction companies. That's why we we have a lot of opportunities for collaborations, and we want to target all these customer segments. Our competitors, there are some, like GoCanvas, Indigo, but what they offer is just a possibility to score the impact and visualize some reports. So we go further, and we also offer EIA prediction and generation of alternatives in the nearby. So about our revenue models, how we plan to gain value from this solution. Well, we will start with a freemium model that works as a partnership with our first customers, in which we provide a basic service, and we also use data about previous EIAs developed by that companies in order to improve our model and make it predict better. So when we will have a better, suitable model, we'll go for a subscription-based model where we can have a fully trained system and we can sell it for a yearly fee to other customers. Other than the aforementioned methods, we will also have the possibility to offer consultancy to provide on-demand services to customers depending on the needs of their company. So here's how our action plan in the next few years looks like. So we will start in the next months to build a basic version of the system in order to be able to sell it to our first customer by January 2020. Our idea is to target the Swedish market because we discovered that there are some public data sets on flora, fauna, water pollution and so on that we can use to build the first version of our model. As I mentioned before, we were talking with Skanska and they showed good interest in our solution, so we will be more than happy then to keep working with them and maybe target them as first customers. But then, also thanks to the data we will gain from our first customers, we plan to get to a point in April 2020 where our model is improved and it's powerful enough to propose it to some other companies with the subscription-based model. We plan to have 3 big customers by January 2021, and then in the following year we will start enlarging the scope of our company, both the product scope, so switching from just EIAs to prospects, but also the geographical scope going outside of Sweden. So this is our team. I have to thank all the guys for the work they have done in such a short time. And if you are interested in what we are doing and want to find out more, you can find us on our social pages. Thank you.